and this is Friday Flow. Good morning, everybody. I'm not home. I am at Department of Justice today. So this looks a little different. We're gonna start actually down, let me adjust this, down on our back on the mat. This is a 15-minute class. We're gonna stretch, we're gonna flow. We're gonna do a little bit of everything. So let's start all the way down. You're gonna find a comfortable seated position. If you have a block, a foam block or a foam roller, go ahead and grab that. We're gonna come all the way down onto our back, and you're actually gonna start in a supported bridge. So you're gonna slide your foam roller, your block, or your rolled up towel or blanket, anything really will work. You're gonna lift your hips up and just gently slide that underneath so your hips and back are supported. You're gonna let those arms come down by your side. I want your palms facing up. If at any point you all can't hear me, just unmute yourself, let me know, or type in the chat box. A little further away from the laptop, so hopefully you can hear me. And we're just gonna hang up here in this supported bridge. Feel free to close your eyes. While you're here, just sort of do a quick scan of the body, just taking note of how you're feeling this morning, whether it's sore from a workout, stressed out from work, tired, all of the above. No judgment here, just sort of doing a check. Hopefully this supported bridge feels good on your hips, on your back. If you would like to open up your hips a little bit more, you can go ahead and straighten out your legs here. Now, if that just doesn't feel good on your lower back or your hip flexors or anything for any reason at all, feel free to place your feet back onto the mat. But if that does feel good, keep those legs extended for a couple of breaths. Since we're lifted up and elevated, we're sort of just allowing gravity to do its job and allow those hip flexors to relax. If we sit for most of our job, most of our day, our hip flexors are contracted all day long. So this is a really good stretch and opener for those hips. And let's take 2 more breaths right here. In whatever position you are in. 1 more deep breath. And then very slowly bring your feet back onto the mat. Feet. You're going to lift your hips a little bit higher so we can slide that block or whatever we had holding us up, slide it out. Inhale, you're going to gently lower your hips back down 1 vertebrae at a time. And exhale, I want you to lift back up into that bridge. So you're just lifting up a little bit. You want to keep your upper back and shoulder blades on the floor. So we don't want to lift so high that we're extending or arching our back, right? So inhale, slowly lower, and exhale, lift back up. It's a great strengthening exercise for your lower back muscles and also your glutes and your hamstrings. So we're gonna do 2 more bridges. Keep your knees going straight on top and over your feet and your toes. So on that last one, I want you to hold this here for a couple of breaths. This time without that support to warm up your muscles. If you want a little extra here, interlace your hands and slide them under your hips. Maybe roll those arms underneath. You're gonna feel a huge stretch in your chest and shoulders. So continue to hold that bridge for about 2 more breaths. Think of squeezing those glutes just a little bit here. Feel the entire lower body warming up. And then gently on your inhale, you're going to release those arms, lower your hips back onto the floor. Exhale, let's just take a windshield wiper from side to side with our legs. Allow the hips to come off the floor here, and your windshield wiper drop side to side. We'll do this again, but in a different position, in just a bit on our chest, laying on our chest and belly. All right, go ahead and gently roll or pull your knees into your chest. And we're gonna rock side to side. Feel free to wiggle your toes here. Circle those ankles. Massage your back by making circles with your legs. It's gonna start off nice and gentle today. And go ahead and switch those circles. Massaging your spine into the floor there. All right, let's hug our right knee into our chest and extend our left leg long. So just keep it nice and long here. Hold it for a couple of breaths. Allow that leg to relax completely. Take your right hand on your right knee, open that out to the side, external rotation. Keep your hip bones on the floor. And then gently pull across the body. Other hand takes over. You're gonna bring it all the way across for a gentle spinal twist. Nice and slow, since we're just starting. Extend through that right arm, look over your shoulder. Turn the head, and get a nice big twist here. One more breath here in the spinal twist. Very slowly come back to the center. Inhale. Exhale, bring the other knee to your chest. So now your left knee and then right leg extends nice and long. Hang out here for a couple breaths. Maybe move that leg around to help lubricate your hip joint a little bit. And then take that left hand on the left knee, open that knee out to the side. External rotation, keeping your hip bones on the floor. You don't want them to move for this one. But now as we pull it across, hips can lift off the floor. Bring it all the way across nice and slow. Now it's your left arm that extends, the opposite. Look over that arm, that shoulder. Big twist here in the side body. And then very slowly come back up to the center. Inhale. Bring that other knee in as you exhale. Give yourself one more hug. Gently lower the feet onto the floor and roll over to one side. We're going to press ourselves up gently. Take your time. We're going to find a tabletop position. Right? So in tabletop, you have your hands right underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. And as you inhale, you're going to lift the chest and the belly, or lift the chest and tailbone. You're going to drop your belly. As you exhale, you're going to round the spine, tuck the chin into your chest. And let's do that again. Inhale, lift the chest and tailbone, drop the belly to the mat, and then exhale, round the spine. Try to relax your feet here. Inhale, so we're not tucking our toes, and exhale. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. And exhale, cat-cow. Bring your knees nice and wide, your feet together. You can either sit all the way back onto those heels or grab that block or blanket. Sit all the way back, child's pose. Bring your head in between your arms here. And hold that for a couple of breaths. Really sinking those hips back into your heels. Nice stretch for the low back. Feel free to use any props that you have. teeth may block from my forehead. Okay, we're gonna come on up and get a bigger stretch now for our shoulders and our arms. So you're gonna come back up to your tabletop. This is actually our yoga pose of the day. It's puppy pose, okay? So the puppy pose, your hips stay right on top of your knees, and you gently lower to your forearms, and you slowly lower your forehead to the floor. So go ahead and come into this position. A straight line is happening from your hips to your knees. So you keep your hips high. Forehead to the floor. Try to think of pressing your chest to the floor. So you're going to feel a huge stretch in your shoulders, your arms, your spine, and your abdominal muscles. So think of pressing that chest to the floor. Even if it doesn't quite get there, that's okay. Big, big stretch. Take one more breath in your puppy pose. Inhale, slowly lift back up. Place those hands back right underneath your shoulders. And then you can sit back one more time in the child's pose. This one is more lower back and hip focused. Sit on back, hold that there. And then we're going to go into another type of twist. The thread and needle variation. So inhale, come right back up. Exhale, find that tabletop. So we're going to start with the spinal rotation. I'll go over here so you can see me. We're going to start with let's do our left arm first. You're going to take that left hand to your ear. And as you inhale, you're going to rotate gently, pulling that elbow up as high as you can. And then exhale, you're going to draw it down inside towards the mat. And then inhale, come back up. And then exhale, draw it down. So we're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, draw it up. And exhale. We're getting ready to thread the needle. 1 more time. Inhale. Now here, extend that arm. And then exhale, go ahead and thread that needle. So it's like puppy pose. You drop right down to your shoulder, onto your head, but you keep your hips high here. Perfect. Hold that there. Couple of breaths. If you want a little extra, you can take that opposite arm, reach it up and around for your opposite hip, or you can just keep it on the floor. Slowly drop your hips back as you inhale, and exhale, come back to tabletop. Okay, we'll do the same thing on the other side. So now that right hand comes to your ear. Inhale, you rotate and lift that elbow just as high as you can. And then exhale, draw it down. And again, inhale. We're just working on opening up that thoracic spine. Exhale. Inhale, lift, good spinal rotation. And as always, be gentle with your body here. Exhale. Here's our last one. Inhale, drive that elbow up. Extend that arm and then thread the needle completely. Come all the way down. Your hips stay up. You drop down onto your shoulder, onto your head. Imagine I'm pulling that wrist through. And hold right here. If you want the extra challenge, extend your opposite arm, reach for the opposite hip. If it doesn't feel good today, keep your arm on the floor. 2 more breaths. And then inhale, slowly drop those hips back. And exhale, let's lower down into our chest and belly. So we did a nice twist for those hips, spinal twist, and then our upper body. So now we're going to open up the front side of our body a little bit. I want you to bring your legs about hip distance, hands under the shoulders. We're going to do baby cobra here. Chin is down. Inhale, you're going to press into the floor. Lift up just a couple inches, elbows in. And then exhale, you're going to lower. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Your gaze is straight down. Exhale, lower. Let's try it a couple more times here. Inhale, lift. Shoulders down and back. And exhale, lower. Perfect. One more time like this. Inhale, lift. And exhale. If you want an extra challenge, take your hands off the floor and just have them hovering over the floor. And now try it. Inhale, lift. Well, it's a lot harder, right? You're just relying on those muscles without pressing against the floor. Exhale, lower. So let's try a couple more. Inhale, lift. Your hands are just hovering above the mat. Exhale. Let's try 2 more like that. Doesn't feel good? Keep those hands on the floor. Inhale and exhale. Let's try it one more time. We're warming up those muscles. Inhale up and exhale. Good job. Turn your head over to one side. Arms down by your side, palms up, and allow the shoulders to relax here a moment. Now while we're here, we're going to do that windshield wiper. So you're going to bend both knees, kick your legs up, your feet are just relaxed, and you're just going to drop them from side to side. Might feel a little weird doing it in this position. Your hips can move, your feet might not touch the floor, that's totally okay. All right, slowly come back to the center. Go ahead and release. We're gonna come back to the top. Now this time I want you to do Locust Pose, which is just arms by your side, legs out to the side. On our inhale, we're gonna lift everything off the mat. So keep your chin down, keep your arms straight, legs straight. Make sure there's no bend in that knee. Exhale, lower. Let's try a couple more of those. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Point your toes here, a couple more. Inhale, squeeze and lift, warming up all those muscles. Exhale, take it down. Let's try 2 more. Inhale, as high as you can. Exhale, lower. Last one, I'm gonna ask you to hold this here for about 8 counts. So hold this Locust Pose, your highest position. Hold it for 8, 7, 6, as high as you can. Keep breathing. 4, 3, chin down. 2, and relax. Head to the other side. Take a moment. If you like the windshield wiper, you can do it again here. Your head is turned to the other side, so we get that neck stretch. Maybe windshield wiper. All right, go ahead and tuck your toes. Place your hands under your shoulders. We're gonna go right up into downward facing dog. So you're gonna press yourself up and back. Maybe readjust your body on the mat. And then when you're ready, lift up to your downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out your heels. Lift those hips way up. Pressing your chest towards your thighs. Hold it for a couple of breaths. Just sort of getting into maybe your first down dog of the day, of the morning. Feel free to take this in any way you'd like. So maybe you lower to those knees. Maybe you lower to your forearms. Whatever feels good. On our next inhale, we're going to come forward to a plank. So you're going to stack your shoulders right on top of your plank. I want you to hold this plank. On your next exhale, I want you to bring your right knee into your chest without moving anything else. So you feel the core muscles firing up. Ooh, I feel it. Hold it for 1 more breath. And then inhale, extend back to your plank. Exhale, down dog. See that? We're going to do that on the other side. Now you can lower the opposite knee for some extra support if you'd like. We're just going to hold it for a couple of seconds. So inhale, come forward to your plank. Exhale, bring your left knee to your chest and hold it for 4. So you can drop that other knee. 3, 2, bring it as close to your chest as you can. Inhale, come back to your plank. Exhale, down dog. Good job. Let's try 1 more on each side. Inhale to plank. Exhale, right knee to chest. Hold it for 4, 3, tuck those hips. 2 and 1. Inhale out to plank. Exhale, down dog. Ooh, feeling the heat here. Last one. Inhale forward to your plank. Exhale, knee to chest. Hold this for 4. 3, your gaze is in front of your fingertips. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, down dog. Perfect. Inhale, lower those knees. And exhale, sit back for child's pose. Quick little breather. You can flip your palms up and down here. That was hard on the upper body as well as the core. So just creating some good heat in the body. Good job, everybody. All right, we're gonna make our way up to standing. So let's come back to that downward facing dog. Inhale, you're gonna bend your knees. Exhale, you're gonna walk up or jump. Come into your forward fold here. Bend those knees here as much as you need to in your forward fold. Take a breath. And then inhale, reach those arms up. Nice and slow. You're gonna bring your palms together on your exhale. And you're gonna lower those hands down to heart center. Are we warm? Did that warm us up? Did you all feel that shake and burn? Good. Okay, let's go ahead and reach those arms up. Inhale. Exhale, you're gonna float it down. Swan dive forward. Just let it all go here. Inhale, lift halfway. Nice flat back, pushing your heels into the floor and lifting your chest open. Okay, so think of bringing that, opening up your chest here. We don't want the shoulders rounding, so open the chest. And then exhale, plant those hands down. Let's go ahead and step back both feet. Okay. So on your inhale here, you're gonna lift your right leg. Let's do your left leg. Lift your left leg off the floor. 3-legged dog. Bring it as high as you can. Inhale. Exhale, you're gonna bend that knee and place your foot in between your hands. So just like last week, take a step in with your right foot. Press your heel to the floor. Remember, find warrior 1. Lift the arms once you're there. Inhale and exhale, hold. So we have that right leg back. Hips are forward. Front knee is bent. Back leg is straight. Arms are up. Let's go ahead and interlace those fingers. Keep your pointer finger and thumb extended. Hold that there. Arms are glued to your ears. Take one more breath. Inhale, I want you to straighten your front leg. And as you exhale, we're gonna do a flat back. So keep your arms where they're at. You can watch first. I'm gonna lower my chest. Notice how I keep a flat back. I'm lengthening. My hips are being pulled back as I'm reaching my hands forward. So you have an option of taking the hands by your side if this feels better, on your shoulders and neck. Okay, so nice and long here. We're gonna drop into triangle pose in just a moment. Tuck those hips, keep reaching. Nice flat back, and then inhale, you're going to drop that left arm, and as you exhale, you're gonna extend that right arm up for your triangle pose. Or maybe we start with hand at hip. So we just sort of floated right into that pose, good. We did a couple of openers in the warm-up. So go ahead and reach and twist. Hold this here. You're stacking that shoulder on your hip, or if your arm is extended, you're stacking your wrist. One more breath. We're gonna press into our back foot. Inhale, slowly come up. Exhale, you're gonna step to the front for chair pose. So drop those hips, lift your arms up, and hold. Another option is hands right at your chest. That's better for sensitive shoulders and neck. So hold your chair, maybe arms extended, maybe not. Hold that chair. Okay, we're gonna go right into a balanced pose. I'm just gonna turn to face you, so you can stay right where you're at, okay? Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, we're gonna lift up and you're gonna open that right hip. We're gonna go into tree. So you can start with your foot on the floor or right on the inside of your leg. Nice and tall, keep those hands at prayer. If you want that challenge, you're gonna place that foot a little bit higher anywhere but on top of your knee joint. Open up the hip first. Think of lifting up nice and tall. We're going to hold this here for a couple of breaths. Nice and tall in our tree pose. From here, we'll step right back to a high crescent lunge. So go ahead and extend those arms. We'll come here. We'll stay here for 2 more breaths. Hold that there. I'm just going to turn this way. 1 more breath in your tree. Bring those hands back to your chest. Inhale. And then exhale. Take that foot away from your leg. You're going to hinge it back as if you're getting ready for warrior 3. Take a big step back into a high lunge. Big, big step back. Extend those arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. Perfect. So your modifications, you could drop that knee to the floor if this feels better. Maybe you take a mini back bend if you want this harder. We're here for 2 more breaths, okay? Lift that chest, 1 more. And then inhale, take those hands down on either side of your foot. Step it back to down dog. Inhale, come forward to your plank. Exhale, lower knees and chest. I want you to move your chest in front of your hands as you drop. Lower down for Chaturanga. Flatten those toes. Inhale, lift up for that baby cobra. And then exhale, retuck the toes. Come back to down dog or child's pose. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Good job. So we got into balance right away. We started with multiple layers here. Same thing on the other side. So take 2 more breaths where you're at. All right, next one, bend the knees. Inhale, exhale, lock, hop, or jump. Forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, take both arms up, big deep breath, palms them together, and exhale. So same thing on the other side. Inhale, lift, and exhale, float it down. Let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, push your heels into the floor, open your chest, and then exhale. Step it back, down dog. Bring those feet together. We're going to come into that 3-legged dog. So on your inhale, you're going to lift that right leg off the floor. The other side, exhale, bend that knee, and place your foot right in between those hands. Take a step in with your back foot. Drop that heel about 45-degree angle. Lift the chest, warrior 1. Left leg is behind you, right leg is in front. Hold that warrior 1. We want to keep our hip bones facing the front. They might want to open up. Your job is to keep them facing the front. Interlace those fingers here. Keep your thumb and pointer finger extended. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, lower down into that flat back. Keep your arms glued to your ears. Imagine someone's pulling your hips back, but also pulling on your wrists in opposite, opposing directions. You're being pulled in both directions here. Maybe arms by your side. I want to see a nice flat back. That chest is open. 1 more breath. Woo, feeling the legs here too. Inhale, that right arm drops. Exhale, left arm reaches up. You're in triangle pose. You can start with hand on the hip. If you're ready, extend that arm. Keep that hand right on top of your shoulder and look up at your hand. Imagine you're falling back into a wall. Good. Ooh, big twist. 1 more breath. You're gonna push into your back foot. So inhale, slowly come on up. Exhale, we come into that chair. Chair pose, find it. So notice my hips are low, my chest is still up, my back is super flat. So we're not falling forward like this. Hips are down in that chair pose. Let's hold it for 2 more breaths. You should be able to wiggle your toes in your chair pose. You should be together. Inhale, we're going to lift up nice and tall. Exhale, you're now going to open that left hip and place your foot on your other leg for tree pose. haven't done this in a while, you can keep your balls of your feet on the floor. You can go right into a little bit harder version. Place that foot a little higher up. Continue to open that knee, open that hip, and that leg. Squeezing your glutes, lifting your chest. Shoulders are right on top of your hips. Maybe extend those arms up. Focus on one thing in front of you. 2 more breaths. You're going to stay right there. And the last one, bring your hands back to prayer. Inhale. Go ahead and release that foot, but with control. Try not to touch the floor. Bring that knee back up. Exhale, big step back to your high crescent lunge. Biggest step back you can do. Arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hold. So you can drop that knee to the floor. You can stay here with me. I just want that back leg nice and straight and think of pressing through that heel. Keeping that energy all the way through the body down to the heel. One more breath here. Inhale, you're going to take those hands down. Exhale, we're going to step back. Down dog. You can go through the flow on the floor here. Or you can just find child's pose. Totally up to you. Inhale, your shoulders are right on top of those wrists. Exhale, lower the knees. You want to keep your body nice and flat. And for that Chaturanga, you want your chest to come in front of your hands. Okay, elbows back. Inhale, lift, baby cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Take a couple of breaths. Do a quick check-in. One more breath in your down dog or child's pose. Next breath, you're going to bend the knees. Inhale, exhale, walk, hop, or jump. Coming into that forward fold. Inhale, takes us up to standing, nice and slow. Palms come together, and we lower down to heart center. Okay, how are we doing? Good, thumbs up. Okay, perfect. You can get a quick sip of water or coffee. We're going to keep on moving, all right? So we're going to transition from our tree pose into a warrior 3 balance. So if you've got like a bench or a foam roller or a wall, you might want to use that for some of the balance poses. You can get close to that. If you don't, all good. We're going to press this together. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, float it down. Halfway lift, nice flat back. Remember, chest is up here. And then exhale, lower. Step back, down dog. All right, so when you float our left leg up, keep your hip bones facing the floor. Inhale, lift that leg as high as you can. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, bend the knee. Place it right in between your hands. Use those hands to help. Take a step in with your back foot. Heel down, warrior 1. Lift up and hold. Those hips forward. Nice stretch here for the back of the leg and the calves. Interlace those fingers. Glue your arms to your ears. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, lower down for that flat back. Your arms in front or arms by your side. Either way, you're in flat back. And imagine if you're being pulled in both directions. Back on your hips and being pulled on your wrists here. So nice and flat back. Do not let the shoulders round. Push through your feet. Inhale, drop that left arm. Exhale, open up triangle pose. Hold that there. So you can even practice this against the wall. Leaning into something. Whew. And then you don't have to worry about falling over. So wall is a great tool to use. Let's hold it for a couple more breaths. I'm going to come check it out. Brace your core. So tuck that tailbone under. Let's try 2 more breaths. Nice. Beautiful. Good, Mindy. Good, Joanne. Nice, good, open triangle pose. Love it. Push into your back foot. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to step together for chair pose. Drop it in. Perfect. We're gonna add a twist in our chair pose before we come up to triangle. So let's bring our hands into prayer, inhale, and exhale, you're gonna twist over your right shoulder. So a twist from your torso, from your waist. Now maybe that elbow reaches the knee, maybe it doesn't. But look down at your knees. Make sure you don't have one more forward than the other. If you do, adjust your hips. You should be in a nice, straight, level, even line. Maybe you want to extend your arms here and add a little bit more. It's a little more advanced. But keep your hips low, chest up. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale. We're going to open that right hip and get ready for that tree pose. You can go right into your tree pose. Focus on one thing in front of you. Fall out of it, it's okay. Get right back into it. Think of squeezing your glutes and imagine your spine lengthening. So imagine yourself getting a little bit taller. Think of really good posture here. Extend those arms, extra challenge. Maybe the branches sway. And move them around. Keep focused. Inhale, bring those hands back to prayer. Here's where we go. Right into our warrior three pose. So go ahead and bring that knee back to your chest. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to hinge and just extend that leg straight back. You're perfectly set up for it. So you can hold on to a bench or maybe a foam roller here or the wall. You want to keep that back leg super straight. So I'm sort of leaning into this wall like this. That's actually really helpful. You could do that. We're going to hang out here for a couple breaths. If you're practicing a half moon, you know what to do. You're going to open, rotate that pelvis up, stack your hips, and open up your side body. So couple more breaths. Let me check it out. Beautiful. Ooh, nice, Mindy. Love it. Good, Teresa. Beautiful, Joanne. Lift that leg. Beautiful. Nice, Regina. So steady. One more breath, you all. And then step back to your lunge. Oh my gosh. Woo. Step back. We still have this high crescent lunge. Hold that there. We're going to add one final rotation here. You're going to inhale, take those hands down. Exhale, press that right hand into the floor and extend your left arm up. Whatever leg is in front, I want you to twist over that leg. I am dropping to my knees for this one. Reach and twist into the opposite direction, also using my blocks here. We're going to hold it for 2 more breaths. Watch that front knee. And then inhale, take that hand back down. Exhale, step it back. Down dog. Awesome. You can go through this flow again. Inhale and exhale. Think of your chaturanga like a tricep push-up. So you want to keep your elbows in towards your sides. So down dog or child's pose. 2 more breaths. And then we'll do the other side. Great job today, everybody. Keeping that heat up. We'll get a nice, beautiful stretch when we're done with this. You're so worth all the hard work. Go ahead and bend your knees on your next inhale. Exhale, walk, hop, or jump. Forward fold, let it go right here. Maybe take a gentle sway side to side. And then inhale, slowly come back up. Nice and tall, arms reach up. We're gonna bring those palms together and exhale, lower. Let's go right to that other side. Take it right back up and float it down, let it go. Inhale halfway, open the chest, push your heels into the floor, and exhale. Plant those hands down, step back, down dog. This time it's our right leg that lifts up. Keep your hip bones facing the floor, point that toe, lift as high as you can. Inhale and then exhale, bring that knee into your chest and plant that foot. Go right into your warrior one. Use those arms. Good, hold your warrior one. Beautiful, hips forward. Love it. Take a few breaths here. Keeping those hips forward. If you want, interlace those fingers. Glue your arms to your ears. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, flat back. So either arms by your ears or arms by your hips. And making a nice flat back. Hold that and check out the flat backs. Nice. So arms nice and straight by your hips or in front. You're squeezing your shoulder blades together. Beautiful. One more breath. And then drop that right hand down. Reach and twist left arm into triangle pose. Woo. Imagine I'm holding onto your wrist and pulling you back. Opening up through the side body. Yep, a little bit more. Think of your, sort of the opposite of the thread the needle, right? Beautiful. One more breath. Push into your back foot. Inhale. Exhale. Step forward. Go right into your chair pose. Either arms extended or hands in prayer. We'll all come to prayer in just a moment. Inhale. Bring those hands down. Exhale. Now you're going to twist over that left shoulder. You do not have to put your elbow to your knee. If you have the range of motion, you can, but I want you to keep your hips low and your chest up, okay? Big, big twist like you're wringing out a towel. Check in on those knees. Woo. Feeling my thighs burn a little bit. Maybe you extend both arms up, or you stay right here with me. One more breath. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, open your left hip and get right into your triangle pose. Just go right into it, yep. So think of tucking that tailbone under, lengthening your spine, make a really good posture at your desk. So shoulders down, chest up. Focus on one thing in front of you. Maybe extend your branches. Maybe wave a little bit. Move around. One more breath in your tree pose. Inhale, bring those hands to prayer. Exhale, release your foot, but keep it up if you can. Bring your knee to your chest, flex your foot. As you exhale, almost like a single leg deadlift, right? It's a hinge, and then go ahead and extend that back leg and straighten it out for your warrior three. Your hip bones are facing the floor. You can extend those arms in front of you or behind you, just like we practiced before our triangle. Maybe you find a wall. That actually really helps. Maybe you're practicing half moon, so you're going to tilt that pelvis. You're going to stack those hips. Maybe point that leg. So your half moon is almost like a side plank. Let's hang on here for a couple more breaths. Let me check it out. Good job, everybody. You can use a foam roller. Yeah, there we go. Good. Can we all lift away from the mat a little bit taller, a little bit more? There we go. Think of lifting up rather than sinking down. One more breath. Woo. All right, inhale, step back to that high lunge wherever you're at. And then exhale, hold that high crescent lunge. Just grab your big blocks. Woo, inhale, place those hands down. Exhale, your final piece of work here. You're gonna reach and twist. Maybe drop that knee. So now it's your right leg in front, right arm is twisting. Keep your hips low and chest up. Hips down, chest up. Woo, reach and twist, watch that front knee. One more breath. And then inhale, take those hands down. Exhale, step back. Down dog, you can go through this flow one more time, or just find a nice child's pose. Once we're done, we will all find child's pose. Everyone come down into that stretch. Take a couple of breaths here. Maybe rocking side to side, or shifting your weight a little bit from side to side. Great job. Inhale, let's walk those hands up. Woo, we're gonna do a quick hip stretch. So we're gonna do, you have the option of either a pigeon or a pretzel stretch. So your pigeon is having one leg at the top of your mat. Ideally, you want that shin parallel with the mat, but this is your pigeon pose. Or, see how I kind of went right into that? Or you're gonna do this. So very similar stretch. This is a more joint friendly version. Okay, so we're gonna do right leg first. I'm gonna go into pigeon. So if you're on the floor, right ankle over your left knee. Your back is flat in your figure four. You can pull your legs into your chest for a little more of a stretch. If you're in pigeon, you can lower to your elbows. I like to move around a little bit in pigeon pose. If your hips are off the floor, you can place a block right underneath them or a blanket. And in pigeon, ideally, the goal is to get that shin parallel to the top of the mat. So if you can move that foot up, then go for it. It's not going anywhere, you can keep it right where it is. That's just the ideal position. All right, if you're on your back, you can go ahead and switch and cross that other ankle. If you're in pigeon, you're gonna gently press up to your hand. You just wanna be really careful getting out of this position. So tuck that back toe very gently. Press, use your upper body and core. You can lift back up. I go from a down dog. Inhale, and then exhale, you're gonna take that left leg to the top of the mat. Relax and untuck your back foot. If you're in that pretzel or figure four, you can pull your legs into your chest. Keep your head down. Pigeon, lower to your forearms. Or lower to block. Whatever you need to do. All right, so pigeon people, we're gonna meet our figure four people on the floor. So figure four, you can just release, shake the legs out. Wait a moment for us pigeon people to meet you. So again, it's very slowly coming out of that pigeon position. Maybe a quick down dog, lower to the knees, and then roll over onto your side and onto your back. So once we're down here, we are all going to go into happy baby pose. Maybe a quick windshield wiper before we go into that. And then when you're ready, you're gonna bring your knees into your chest. Bring the soles of your feet together like you're doing a butterfly stretch. Reach for your feet, your toes, and extend those legs up. Feel free to rock side to side. Give your spine a little massage here. Maybe you come into a straddle. Whatever feels good. And then very slowly bring those feet back down. And then if you still have that block or pillow, go ahead and grab it again. We're gonna end in that same position that we started in. Unless you really just like a traditional Shavasana, you're more than welcome to take that. Go ahead and lift those hips up, place that block or roller or blanket under those hips. Feel free to extend your legs straight. Maybe this time arms overhead. So you're getting an entire stretch through the front side of the body. And close your eyes here. Or again, you are welcome to find any pose that feels good on your body. Any strain at all during this, feel free to come out of your supported bridge and find something that does feel good. Keep your eyes closed. Everyone just very slowly place both feet onto the floor if they're not there already. Just very slowly. Hold here for a couple more breaths. With eyes closed. Just don't want our lower back to feel stuck if we're here for too long. So knees bent, feet on the floor. 2 more breaths. And very slowly, if those arms are overhead, gently bring them back down towards your hips. Plant those feet into the floor. You're going to lift up ever so slightly. Be gentle. Grab that block, blanket, roller, and then very slowly lower your hips down, lower your spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Gently hug your knees into your chest. Tell yourself something nice. Roll over to one side, find a fetal position like you're a sleeping baby, and just hang out here for a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, you're just going to gently extend that leg, press into the floor to lift yourself up, and find any comfortable seated position to end class in. Maybe a couple gentle shoulder rolls at the top once you're here. And then take a nice inhale, reaching those arms all the way up, palms come together as we exhale, closing your eyes for a moment, and as always, thanking yourself for making the time to do something good for your body, and hopefully your mind and your spirit, and hopefully sending positive vibes for the rest of the day. We'll open our eyes and we will say namaste to one another. Namaste. Great job, everyone. Thanks so much for coming. Happy Friday. How